Hello friends, today I am here to start with the first unit of the subject Infrastructure Engineering and Construction Techniques. So, the first unit is based on infrastructure engineering. This infrastructure engineering unit is general unit and we have to see or we have to study the various contents like scope of infrastructure engineering in national and global development. What are the various forthcoming infrastructure projects at national and global level? What is public private partnership, that is PPP? What is smart city? And at last, we will discuss the concept of bus rapid transit system. So in this first lecture, we will have a focus on scope of infrastructure engineering in national and global development as well as various forthcoming infrastructure projects at national and global level. So before proceeding to the scope of infrastructure engineering in national and global development, all of we first should know what is the term infrastructure indicates. Basically, the various facilities are provided by the contractor for the citizens, and those facilities are roads, water supply, sewer, electrical grids, etc. So, basically, the term infrastructure typically refers to the technical structure that support a society, such as roads, water supply, sewer, electrical grids, etc. If you want to define the term infrastructure, it can be defined as the physical components of interrelated systems which provides commodities and services which are essential to enable, sustain or enhance the social living conditions of the citizens which are living in a society. So this is about the term infrastructure engineering. If we see the scope of this infrastructure engineering in national and global development, it focuses on that infrastructure engineering is an important term for judging country or region's development. So whenever contractor is offering any kind of facilities to the citizens, and based on those facilities we can judge a country's development. The next important point is infrastructure engineering generates a scope for lot of industries. Then life of people is improved by this infrastructure term. Manpower is utilized for the benefit of mankind. Infrastructure engineering provides or improves education and healthcare, which give rise to skilled and healthy workforce. The infrastructure facility also improves defense system of the country, and because of which peace exists in the country. The improved economical power of the country brings a respectable status in the world because of the facilities that are provided under the infrastructure engineering. This construction sector becomes the basic input for socio-economic development of any country by using infrastructure engineering term. And the Indian construction industry contributes to 8% of GDP, that is gross domestic product. The various infrastructure facilities that are provided by the construction industry includes roads, railways, ports, power, aviation, harbors, energy networks, education, healthcare and social infrastructure. If we again focus on this role of construction industry, it accounts for one tenth of world's GDP. So whatever the gross domestic product of world's GDP is there, there is a contribution of one tenth of world's GDP Then 7% of employment is provided by this construction industry. For the construction purpose, we have to use various resources that includes main materials, machines, money, etc. So from all these M's, half of all resources are used by construction industry itself, and up to 40% of energy consumption is in construction sector. So therefore, we can confidently say that infrastructure plays a positive and significant role in affecting the productivity in the industrial sector and thus contributes towards economic growth. So if we see the role of roads and railways in economic development, it includes for roads, number of vehicles in the country has been growing at an average rate of 10.17% per annum over last 5 years. Means whatever the facilities are provided under this infrastructure engineering promotes the people for use of vehicles, and because of which there is increase in the average rate of using vehicles. Again, the next is railways. So construction industry provides good railway facilities, and because of which the Indian Railways generated total approximate earnings on originating basis of rupees 44,260.16 crores in 2013 as against rupees 39,964.24 crores during the corresponding period of last year, which registers an increase of 10.74%. The next important point is forthcoming infrastructure projects at national as well as global level. So at national level, there are various projects which are under construction, which basically includes the construction of Pune Metro. So this project of Pune Metro is prepared by Delhi Metro Rail Corporation, and they have submitted their report in 2008. So under this Pune Metro, the first phase objective is to cover a distance of 31.254 kilometers. It includes corridor line 1. So this corridor line 1 starts from PCMC to Swargate with a length of 16.589 km with 5 km underground and 11.5 km elevated. There will be 15 stations, which includes 9 elevated and 6 underground stations. The line will be elevated till Range Hills and further it undergoes to Swargate. In this phase, it will be extended to Katras and Hadapsar. The corridor line 2 will be the first to be built. It will connect Ramwadi to Vanas, which again extends to Mangalwarpet and Deccan Gymkhana. The length of the corridor line 2 will be 15 km long and elevated. The cost of the project is near about 25.93 million. The next important point or the project is the Samruddhi Mahamarga, which is to be constructed in Maharashtra. The proposed length of this expressway is 710 km and which is in between Mumbai and Nagpur. The expressway to connect Nagpur, Amravati, Aurangabad with Mumbai and will be of 6 lane. The total cost of the project is 30,000 crores and the travel time required from Nagpur to Mumbai is 16 hours. By this expressway, it will reduce to 8 hours only. The next important project under construction is the Bharatmala. So under this Bharatmala project, 35,000 kilometer highway across 16 states is going to be constructed, which includes 9,000 kilometer of economic corridors. The planned completion of this Bharatmala project is by 2022. The next important project under construction is Sagarmala project. So under this Sagarmala project, the aim is to modernize 12 major ports and 185 minor ports along the entire coastline of 7,500 kilometers. The planned completion of this Sagarmala project is also 2022. The next important construction project that is under construction is Delhi Mumbai Industrial Corridor, which is popularly known as DMIC project. So, under this DMIC project, there are 23 industrial hubs, 24 smart cities, 2 power plants, 6 airports, 2 ports, and 6-lane expressway, which is stretching 1,500 km, connecting the industrial cities of Delhi and Mumbai. So, by this DMIC project, time to transport goods from Delhi factories to shipping ports will reduce from 14 days to 14 hours. The next important project under construction is Bullet Train, which is high speed rail on Mumbai Ahmedabad route. So, it is a 508-kilometer high speed track including 7-kilometer undersea tunnel. The speed of the train is 320 km per hour will reduce travel time between business critical cities of Mumbai and Ahmedabad from 7 hours to 2 hours. So, this is about the important forthcoming projects under national and global development. So, with this, we will stop here and continue in the next lecture. Thank you.